Hello, traders. This is Dave with the Compass Options Trading Room and Alert Service. And I just wanted to, if you haven't seen us before or heard of us before, I just kind of want to introduce you to the option service that we have, both the trading room and an alert service. And I want to show you how we find these trades and a little bit of a track record of what we've done here recently, which has been pretty spectacular. So again, it's Dave with the Compass Options Trading Room and Alert Service. First thing we have to do is get rid of the disclaimer. So all signals and trading opportunities we provide, orally, written, or electronically, are for educational and demonstration purposes only. Trading is very risky, so you should never trade with more money than you can afford to lose. And neither myself or Right Line Trading are licensed financial advisors, so we won't be giving financial advice. All right, I want to talk a little bit about the results that we've had with the options, Compass Options Room and Alert Service over the last roughly a month or so. We actually finished April with 19 wins in a row, and we followed that by 10 wins in a row in May. So we've had 29 winning trades back to back here with no losses. And you know, we do have losses from time to time, but we have some pretty high percentage win rates. And if you had invested $2,000 in each one of these trades, it would have produced a little over $11,241 in profit for those 29 trades, and that was from April 20th to May 5th. So a pretty spectacular record of wins, and would have produced some really nice income for everybody in the room or on the alert service. This is I want to just list these are the April trades from April 20th on. These are the actual trades that we took. The particular instrument that we took, like this is on AT&T. We had a 16% win there, and a 10% win on Tesla, 12% in BABA, 15% in ALB, a 30% on BABA here. Again, so you can see the percentage wins are, you know, they're modest. They usually run between 15 and 50 to 60% generally. And if you're a trader, I think you know that the last couple of months, or last year, has been very, very difficult. But you know, his Spotify with 26%, Twillo with 24%. So these are all the trades from the 20th of December on, all of the trades we took. We had a break even here one time, and everything else was profitable for this is the April through the 20th through the 27th. PXD was a nice one. TDOC was a nice one here. Again, we get in, and some of these are time spreads. We get in for 23 cents to $23, and out for 31, 34% gain. So that's the April trades. These are the recent May trades. I didn't have it on a spreadsheet yet, so I just went ahead and put them down. We've taken 10 wins, 10 trades so far in May. These are all of them right here. And again, you can see 17% on Coin, 13% in GE, 7% down here in Net. That was a small one. 30% on Square, 30% in Match, 30% in Meta. So pretty good 10 wins, 0 losses here in May. Total April results were 35 wins and 5 losses, 89% win rate. This, of course, is a 100% win rate, but that's, I'm not going to put that down there. You can see that. But this is the results that we've gotten from the Compass Options Trading Room and Alert Service. And what I want to do is I want to spend just a brief amount of time showing you how we find these trades. All these trades that we take are following a specific criteria, what we call the highest probability trade setups. And I'm going to show you how we get those. And at the end, you'll get the connection, a link so that you can join the trading room or take the alert service. And I'll show you the software we use to find these particular trades. And we've been doing this for about a year and a half. And last year we had about an 89% win rate for the entire year of 2022. All right, so these are some recent alerts trades that I wanted to show you. These went out on alerts. This was BNTX. We get in for 81, out for $1.21. These are all options. So $2,000 invested in that would have produced a $1,000 profit. That's a 50% profit there. Run, which is a solar company, in for 33, out for 33 the next morning. Most of these we took overnight. This was an overnight trade. This was an overnight trade. In at 33, out at 43. $2,000 invested produced a $600 profit, 30% profit right here. Alter, another one, Yeah, this was an intraday trade in for 266. Oh, that was a next day trade as well, out for 366. Took that overnight. Again, $700 profit. So you can see these are the success rate we've had on these alert trades. These were pretty nice. ACN in at $5, out for $1.50, 43% win rate. So you can see the profit targets here, the profits that we took, 30, 40, 50%. And we had Baba was smaller, was 13%, but we were only in the trade for 2 hours. Getting in at 4, out at 450 for 13% win, but still produced $250 in 2 hours. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so let me just tell you briefly about the alert service and what the alert service is for. We have a trading room, and then we also have an alert service. And the alert service obviously is designed for day trades and short-term swing trades. It's designed for traders who can't watch the market all day. If you'd like to trade trades, but you have a job or your computer, get real-time alerts on the highest probability trade setups, which I'll show you how we find the highest probability trade setups. So you can see exactly what criteria I'm using to find these trades. And how we do that is we find the highest probability trades by identifying institutional involvement in a trade. We only take trades that the institutions are either buying or selling. If they're buying, we go long. If they're selling, we go short. If the institutions are not in a trade, we don't take the trade. And then we also look at the market internals and technical analysis. We look at the market internals, and I'll explain what those are. We have a piece of software that identifies that for me. Okay, so the trades would be alerted by SMS message to your cell phone. And what we're looking for is we say trade the best, skip the rest. We don't take a lot of trades. I mean, we're only looking for the highest probability trades. We're not doing 10, 15 trades a day. We might do 1 or 2. Some days we don't do any. Like I say, we've had 10 this week, which is actually quite a few for us. So we did 10 this past week, first week in May. So every alerted trade will include the stock symbol, obviously. You get the option strike price, you get the option expiration date, and you get the price to pay for the option within a range, like $1 to $1.05, something like that. And some of these trades will be spreads. If you know how to do spreads, we do put credit spreads. We also do time spreads over earnings, which have produced some really, really good results. So you get straight calls, straight puts, and spreads. That's what we use. I don't do any iron condors. I don't do any butterflies. I try to keep this so that relatively inexperienced traders are able to follow this and learn how to trade it and make some money. Now the exit price will be alerted, and it may come with when we put the trade on, but generally it doesn't. Generally it comes when after the trade goes out to be filled. Once you've got filled, you'll get another alert with the exit price, and you should put it in as good till canceled. And I usually just put that on the GTC so that when the market opens in the morning, if you're not there, the trade price will be there and you can get filled really quickly, even if you're not sitting at your desk. Okay, and now I want to just kind of briefly go over how we achieve these stunning results. I showed you the results of what the service has produced. I want to kind of go over, in not a lot of detail, but I want to go over how we do this and how we find these trades. So again, we were able to identify when the institutions are driving a trade and when the market internal is heavily bullish or bearish. This is really important. If the institutions are in a trade in the market internals, which is basically all of the stocks going up on up volume and upticks, is swamping the stocks going down on down volume downticks. You have the institutions in there in that trade, and you also have the overall market in your favor. These give you the very highest probability trade setups when you're trading with the market internals and with the institutions. So we only take trades when both of these are in our favor, allowing us to align the trades with the institutions in the market. And again, that's trade the best, skip the rest. So we wait for these. We're very patient. We wait for these trades to set up before we take any. So how I do this, I just want you to be familiar with the software that I use. I use a system called the Compass system. The Compass system is a piece of software that identifies stocks that are being moved by institutional buying or selling. It also identifies stocks that do not have institutional buying or selling, moving them so that we can avoid those. So that's really important. When the institutions aren't in, we want to know that the institutions are not in that trade. We don't take it. We're not going to get involved in a trade where retail traders are driving the trend, because it's not going to last. And we just only want to be in there when the institutions are in there. So that's what the Compass system does for me, and that's how I find institutions are in the trade or not in the trade. And I'll show you what it looks like. Then we also use a system called the Dominator system, and this displays market internals that produces buy or sell signals when the difference in the number of stocks moving up on up volume and upticks versus the stocks moving down on down volume and down ticks is very large. When you have 700 stocks moving up on up volume and upticks and 100 stocks moving down on down volume and down ticks, you have a huge bias to the long side, and the Dominator system will generate buy signals when that happens. If they're fairly even, there isn't any big disparity, it will be neutral, it won't be giving us any signals, and then we lean on the Compass system. So those are the two systems I use to find these trades. And those trades we all saw at the beginning with those results we've had, 29 trades in a row, that's where these are all coming from. And again, we just don't pick trades willy-nilly. And I always think that it's a good idea for anybody who's signing up for an alert service or a trading room to know where the trades are coming from. You know, I go over this in the trading room all the time. We talk to all the members in there are posting trades that they like, and everybody knows what to look for a high probability trade setup. But you know, if you're new when you come in, we have training tapes and trading videos and all of this, how to do all of these find all of these high probability trade setups. But those are the two systems I use. The Compass system identifies the institutions. When the institution is creating a trend, it does this by what's called a triple screen assessment. Triple screen assessment is simply looking across multiple time frames, and it's looking at multiple time frames. For example, on a 5-minute chart, you'd be looking at the 5, the 15, and the 45, and it's looking at momentum, it's looking at trend, it's looking at money flow, and it's looking at what we call the quant. And the quant will be the related instruments. Like if you were trading Microsoft, the quants would show you how many other stocks that normally trade with Microsoft are trading with them today. So if you've got most of the stocks that trade with Microsoft going in the same direction as Microsoft, that gives you another indication that the institutions are in there. So we look at all three of these. So we got momentum across all those three time frames lined up. We've got trend across all those three time frames lined up. We've got money flow across all those three time frames lined up. In order to get that kind of correlation between all of these particular indicators, or all these particular setups, the momentum, the trend, the money flow, and the quant, in order to get those all lined up across three time frames, it's the chances that that's being done by institutions are extremely high. I mean, it's almost a 95, 96, 97% that only the institutions are driving the trend. So this is what we look at in the Compass system, and I'll show you briefly here what some of the charts look like for how I find these, so that you can see what they look like. But that's how the Compass system finds institutionals in there, and the Dominator system tells us about the market internals. They're completely different, but when they align, it's extremely powerful. And again, the market internal software, the Dominator, it looks at the market internals for 5 indexes. It's looking at the Dow, New York Stock Exchange, the triple Qs, the SPY, and the Russell 2000. And it's looking across all of those, looking for stocks, number of stocks moving up on up volume and up ticks versus number of stocks moving down on down volume and down ticks. And when there's a huge disparity, you're going to get a buy or a sell signal on the chart. And again, this is what we just discussed a little earlier. But again, the market internals is different from the institutions. It helps to confirm the institutions are in there, but it's a different kind of analysis. And I use it in conjunction with the Compass system to identify even the highest probability trade setups. All right, I'm just going to show you some charts. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these charts. I have a lot of them, but I'm just going to go through. But I want you to see what the Compass system looks like. This is what the Compass system looks like. The Compass system is a piece of software that goes on to Thinkorswim. TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim toss. So this is the key thing that we're looking for in the Compass system are these lines right down here, especially this line here and this line here. These are the momentum lines. This is current time frame momentum. This is multi-time frame momentum. This is showing you that's red. That means the institutions are selling across the current time frame. Red means they're selling across multiple time frames. And the quants are also red here. So when you see on the Compass system that all these are lined up red, then you know it's a sell. It makes it extremely easy to actually see when a stock is bullish or bearish. You notice over here that the colors changed. We went to blue, and then we went to yellow, then went to blue, yellow. So this is kind of choppy, but the compass system puts out these little blue arrows here. This is what's called a pop out of the box signal. When a compression is broken, you get a pop out of the box signal right here. And when you look down here, you see that it went to yellow. Yellow and red are both bearish. So when it goes from blue to yellow, and you get a pop out of the box signal to the downside, and the stock's dropping, in this case, below this pink line here, which happens to be the VWAP. This is where we take the trade. And we took this for 20% profit. But I just wanted you to see what the compass system looks like. It's a system everybody can buy, but I keep it running on all day long in the room, so that I can look for these particular stocks. But you can see that you get a pop out of the box signal here. The stock came down, everything stays red, and this is where we get out right here. We just looked at the small candles. But that's what the compass system looks like on the 5-minute chart, and that's how we find institutional buying and selling. In this particular case, the institutions were heavily selling Netflix, and we wanted to take advantage of it, which we did. This is the other system. This is the dominator system. This is the system that tells me what the market internals are, and I can use these in conjunction with each other, obviously. But this is the two things of the dominator system that's important. One, the background color, and this runs on Ninja 8. The background color, when it's black, it's neutral. When it's pink like this, it's bearish. That's a bearish trend, multi-time frame trend. And again, this is looking at the trend across multiple time frames, just like the compass system is. And when you get these sell signals right here, this tells us that the number of stocks moving down on down volume and down ticks is swamping the number of stocks moving up on up volume and up ticks. We get a pink screen, we get a pink background, we get a sell signal, we jump in right there, and we actually jumped in right here as it broke this compression and rode this thing down. And that's a 3-point trade in the SPY, $250 a contract. And then we get out when it reverses right here. You can see all the red down here. This is where all the indexes are selling off. So that's the dominator system. That's the compass system. That's what I use to find these trades. And I've got a bunch of other charts. I'll just briefly show you a couple of them. But this was a 5-minute trade in Tesla. You can see that it's bearish. Again, look at your red and yellows. Everything's red and yellows. Here's your pop out of the box signal. See, Tesla compresses. We get in here. We get out here for 30%. This was at the end of the day. We just follow it right down. Once we get that indication and we get everything going yellow or red, notice it went from blue to yellow right here, and you get that particular arrow, we buy it and we take it down here, 30% profit in a pretty short period of time. But those are 5-minute candles. So I'll just look at a couple more. This was one, again, we can use it for overnight trades. This was a pop out of the box signal on the 5-minute chart. At the end of the day, everything was lined up red or yellow at the very end of the day. So we took Tesla overnight short. We actually had the market bearish that day with it looked like a bearish trending day. And so we jumped into the Tesla puts at the end of the day. Tesla gapped down from 112 to 120 to 112 overnight. We grabbed those puts, exploded in price, and we got out that way down here as it continued to come down, and then it started to flatten out right here. But notice that everything stays red or yellow the whole way through here. And we had that one blue little candle right there. That's it. So this is what we took this, and those puts exploded. I think we made about $7.50 a contract just on that overnight trade. So that's what we look for. That's what the compass system shows us. And there's a lot of other indicators in here. I'm not going to go into them. If you decide to become a member, you'll get videos on all of the compass system indicators, how to use them, and how to find your own high probability trade setups or for yourself. Okay, so that's I won't go too many. This is one on Z, but you see all the red is Oxy, green. There's a daily chart. Now you see this is the institutions are obviously buying here. This is on the daily chart. We get a break here. This shaded area is called the dynamic compression zone. Stocks compressing. Institutions have been buying. As soon as it breaks out of the dynamic compression zone, the stock pops up and gives us a nice win. We actually went into it the next day, that day, right out of compression, pop out of the box signal. Everything's blue or green. We ride this right up to here. Another nice win. So that's what we look for here. That's Tesla. That's another one. But I'm not gonna go through 50 different charts on this. I just want you to see how easy it is in the compass system in the dominator system to see when you have the alignment that you need to find these stocks. It takes patience. We have to go through, we use a lot of scanners. We're looking for trades all the time, but that's what I do all day is I'm in the trading room sending out alerts and calling out stocks in the room for the members to take based on this compass system. And again, it's not hard, it's not easy, not hard to see that the institutions were buying Tesla pretty heavily here, which they were. A beautiful run in Tesla. So I'll leave it at that. And I just wanted to thank everybody for viewing this. If you're interested in the Compass options room or the Compass options alerts, or if you're interested in any of the software, there'll be a link at the end of the video to give you a link to those rooms. If you want to get some more information on them, you can. But anyway, I want to appreciate your time. Thanks very much for listening to this, and I hope to see you in the room pretty soon. Have a great weekend.